today's vision and word. I saw our high priest, the Lord, pouring out into small chalices. I thought he was pouring out thanksgiving, joy, and grace, and giving to us enough for 1 hour. And the idea was that every hour we will have the Lord sustaining us. Every hour, hour to hour, we will have the Lord sustaining us with thanksgiving, joy, and grace. And that was a joyful experience where we felt the joy of the bride is today, that how the bride is in bridal preparation with the Lamb to come. And when the bride is in preparing, Lamb comes nearer and nearer. One day he will come for all eyes to see him. But firstly he prepares the Lamb prepares the bride, and as the bride gets ready, the harvest gets ready. That's what we saw in Revelation chapter 14. And the bride's purpose on earth now, in these last days of the year of acceptable year, the year of Jubilee, is to get ready for the harvest that is coming. So people who have never called upon the name of the Lord will begin to call upon the name of the Lord. Joel 2 says that. Whoever calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Joel 2 says that. So it's an unprecedented time that the pandemic has set off. What man said for evil, the Lord will use it for a great harvest of souls. So many people will want to know the great shepherd in this time of hazard and peril. So today's word is from Psalm 87. O Lord, the God of my salvation, his foundation is in the holy mountains. The Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the other dwelling places of Jacob. So Zion was that city of God during David's time. David was king. He was also priest. He organized all the festal joy of celebration, of feasts, temple sacrifices, how much to offer to the Lord. He prepared all out of the abundance of his heart. That is what Zion is, people who have given their all, and God gives them ruling authority. We saw it from Revelation 5:10. He has purchased for himself with his blood kings and priests who will rule earth. So Psalm 2 begins with, why are the nations in an uproar and the people devising a vain thing? The kings of the earth take their stand and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. Then what does the Lord do? But as for me, I have installed my king upon Zion, my holy mountain. So Zion came to reflect that intensely ardent company of believers like David, who would dance with the Lord, who would sacrifice with the Lord, give their all to God, give as maximally as possible for the God things. That was David was about. His utmost for God's highest. That is what Zion is. So that's called upon Zion, my holy mountain. So Zion still continues, not geographically, but the kind of quality, intimacy, intensity of the worshipping community. To them he says, surely I will tell of the decree of the Lord, you are my son, today I have begotten you. Ask of me and I will surely give the nations as your inheritance. It is to Zion, the bride of Christ, that the Lord says this. And the very ends of the earth as your possession. You shall break them with a rod of iron and shall shatter them like earthenware. So this is the promise to the overcoming church. This is tied up with Revelation chapter 12, the sun-clad woman birthing a bridal company called the man-child, who will be ascended to the throne of Christ, but then he will rule earth with a rod of iron. This is the same promise to the overcoming church in Thyatira, that the Lord will raise up an overcoming church who will rule earth and the nations with a rod of iron. The time has come, and the Lamb's wife is getting ready. The bride is getting ready for her ruling role. And we find in Revelation chapter 5, as the Lamb gets up from the throne, the Lamb is already becoming the Lion of the tribe of Judah, because he's taking the scroll to open the seals that will tell us what's coming on in the world and how he's going to tackle all that's coming on in the world. So that's the time he tells the bride, oh, I have set up my holy hill, ask of me, give the nations as your inheritance. Then worship the Lord with reverence. That's what he says to kings and judges of the earth. Rejoice with trembling, and some will. So we come to Psalm 87, the city of God. Glory of of you, O city of God. The Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the other dwelling places of Jacob. That is where God is in operation. The God is in operation through his people. I shall mention Rahab and Babylon. So he's counting those who are registered in Zion. This one was born there. That one, it shall be said, this one and that one were born in her. And the Most High himself will establish her. So the great honor in God's eyes would be those who are born of Zion. That is, those who give their utmost to him. So let us be like that. The Lord will count when he registers the people. This, but you have kept my name. You have kept my word.